Wear Testers.
Yo, what's good guys? This is Nightwing2303 from WearTesters.com, and today we got a performance review on these guys right here. This is the ANTA KT2, Klay Thompson's second signature sneaker with the brand. And as usual, we're not going to waste any more of your time. We're just going to go ahead and get right into it. So the ANTA KT1, Klay Thompson's first shoe with the brand, they featured some really solid traction, but somehow ANTA was able to up the ante with these guys right here, the KT2. Now the reason why I believe that this is just a better setup overall is due to a combination of traction pattern. Herringbone is always a great choice, as well as the rubber compound that they used. Design wise, there's really nothing special or fancy about the KT2's outsole, so while it might not look special, it plays special, and that's the most important thing when we're talking about traction. So these guys grip the floors no matter what, indoors, whether they were clean courts, dusty courts, the finish was bad, whatever it might be, these guys really held me down no matter what. I really appreciated that, because there have been times when we've seen herringbone used and it's not always the best, even though it is typically the best situation to have underfoot. Outdoor players will also enjoy the KT2 as they grip the floor outdoors and they're fairly durable. And there is an outdoor KT2 model, which is something that we're going to be testing in the future. But if you did want to play in the actual main line, you can do that with these guys and you won't have anything to worry about. Now, ANTA used a basic slab of EVA foam for the cushion setup in the KT1, and much like the traction, they really improved upon that with this guy right here, the KT2. The brand is calling the setup ANTA Eve, and while that isn't anything groundbreaking, basically it's comfortable and it works. So in a nutshell, ANTA is still using the basic EVA midsole, but they're now using that as a stable platform to work with. Basically it's a carrier. And then within the heel and forefoot, they've upgraded the cushion with two different density foam pads. Now this is exactly how Nike and other brands actually use their foam cushions as well. They normally have a Phylon or EVA setup, and then whatever the different density cushion foam is, they usually have that within the actual dense foam for stability. So whether that be Lunar, Cushlon, Podulon, Podulite, Leanings, Balancing Cushion, whatever the case might be. So ANTA basically went from being very basic to finally kind of catching up with what everybody else has been doing, and it's worked out really well because this is a super comfortable shoe. I was really surprised. They get more and more comfortable the more that you wear them. Impact protection is good, court feels good, you know what I mean? Like, it's not too much, it's not too firm, it's just right. These guys right here went from, yo, that's surprisingly comfortable, to one of my, like, yo, I'm not really feeling the CP310's cushion right now, it's straight up ass, so I'm going to switch to the KT2 because those are way more comfortable than those joints. Surprising, I know, but I'm just saying, like, these were always in my bag when I was testing everything else, and for whatever reason, I'd jump into these as soon as I felt cushion just wasn't adequate in whatever else I was testing. Now, in terms of material, really nothing's changed. I mean, they're using fuse and mesh, and just like the KT1, they use fuse and mesh, mostly fuse. So while fuse is not my personal preference, everybody pretty much knows this by now. It works, it contains well, it's durable as hell, so you really can't complain about it as long as it does its job, and that's exactly what this setup does. In terms of fit, they do run a little bit snug lengthwise, so slightly short. Widthwise, they feel normal. So what I would recommend is if you like a little bit of wiggle room or you're wide-footed, definitely go up half a size. However, if you're willing to break these guys in like I did, I played in these for like 2 or 3 weeks before I was like, yo, I really like the fit, then I would just go true to size. It gives you the best kind of like wraparound fit around your foot, even though they start off really tight. Now, lockdown on these guys is solid as well. Again, no complaints, no gimmicks, no frills, nothing crazy, nothing special, nothing flamboyant. The KT2 just gets the job done, and that is exactly what you want out of a hoop shoe. You want them to get the job done, because if they're not getting the job done, well, then they're useless. Support is well rounded as well. At the base of the shoe you have a TPU shank, making torsional support on point. In the rear section of the shoe you have the TPU external heel counter. This basically just adds some rigidity to the shoe so that your heel is not sliding off the footbed. Again, it does the job well, gets the job done, no problem. The overall material and fit, they don't stretch much, so you're getting the best containment and lockdown possible, just furthering aiding in support. And then you also have this outrigger here as well. Works well laterally, so you don't tip over and things like that upon lateral movements. Now, I will admit that I was initially expecting much of the same from these guys that we received in the KT1, mostly because they just kind of look the same, you know, from aesthetics to tech features, they just visually look like the same shoe almost. However, I was surprised to find out that the traction was upgraded, just a little bit more tacky, gripped the floor a little bit, and it didn't matter what the core condition was, something that I truly appreciate because traction is the foundation of the shoe. Without a good foundation, you've got nothing else to work with, and these guys start at the bottom and work their way up. It's really awesome. And then what the KT1 really lacked in was cushion. It was very, very basic, and these guys really stepped it up. Like, I'm serious. This is the most comfortable Chinese-based shoe that I've ever worn. Like, I'm not talking like, I know that all shoes are made in China, but as far as Chinese-specific brands, ANTA, Li-Ning, I don't know, Peak, all that stuff, this is the most comfortable one I've ever worn, period. Not only that, but this guy offers you everything that you need, nothing you don't, and for a reasonable price. More reasonable if you're in China, of course, but if you're comparing it to like a, you know, whatever retail price in American shoes priced at, these guys get the job done for less than most. So that pretty much takes care of it. Thank you guys for watching. If you're ever curious in trying out a Chinese-based brand shoe, this is the one that I'd probably recommend starting with. You'll most likely be very surprised with how comfortable and how well they play. If you're interested in the performance scores, the shoe's weight, all that kind of good stuff, you can go over to weartesters.com. A little bit more information over there for you. I appreciate you guys watching. Thank you for all your support, and until next time, guys, have a good one.
Stay on the court. Stay on the court. Come on, Chef. Come on, Chef. Hey, this way. This way. Oh. Get buckets. Get buckets. Oh, the dribble guy. Ah. Uh-oh. Got it? Okay, dribble. Good boy. Shoot the ball. All right. Oh no. Oh no. Oh no! I got buckets. I got buckets. Hey, it's not soccer.
Hey, where are you going?
Let me see. Let me see if I can shoot from out here. Yeah, hey! 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 From way out here. From way downtown. Woo! Didn't call bank though. Didn't call bank, but it is Monday. So the bank is open. Good shot. My turn. Your turn. You're welcome. Go for it. Ooh, you almost got it up there that time. Good one. Oh. You're welcome. Oh. You got it. Oh, you're going to pass it to yourself? That's Peyton.